Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite podcast, Bad Beats, coming to you from River Radio Network here in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. This Wednesday evening, March 25th, with a special Sweet 16 edition. I'm Rob Brown alongside Colton Vansel. Bad Beats is brought to you by Pro Edge Properties and Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agency. Go see Keith Parker for all your insurance needs, and Kenny Johnson will have a rent house for you that he's just dying to give away at a cheap price. So see him for all your real estate needs. Good to be back with you, brother.
Yeah, glad to be back.
I've been on a 2-week hiatus out there serving the R10, slaving. Work called. It seemed like the last 2 Thursdays and Fridays.
I've enjoyed having Zach in here, but I'm glad you're back.
I listened to the podcast, you and Zach. I texted him, thanked him. Zach, huge amount of gratitude for filling in. Appreciate the work you did and helping us out. And I thought you did a great job. So I haven't saw you much. This is unusual. I usually see you once or twice a week. I saw you last Saturday at the diaper boil there at Kyle's house, but I felt like death.
Right. Yeah, you didn't stay long. I
was in and out. I did not feel good.
I was glad to get Kyle that bag of diapers he was really needing. But
yeah. He had a powerful. He had a stack. I
got him some men's diapers put in there.
I saw those.
Slipped those in there on him.
That was great. What have you been up to? Slow week?
Working.
City calls.
Yeah, just putting a little time at the city. Been going down, farming a little bit and eating, working till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And we're off the next
For
2
Jake?
days. Yeah, helping Jake, yeah. Off the next 2 days. Took off tomorrow and Friday.
Well, I'll lead into that here.
But other than that,
wore Kenny down.
Yeah, I seen that.
Pro Edge Properties hat. I've been on Kenny forever. I got a good story. So I was hounding him for a couple of weeks, and he finally sent me a text, and he said, "Hey, I've ordered a truckload of hats. I'm tired of hearing about them. We'll have Dino Oberkramer dump them at your front door." So I take the hat, I take a picture of it, and I sent it to Keith Parker, and I said, "Hey, finally wore old Kenny down and got a hat." And he said, "Surprised you didn't get an invoice with it." So thanks for the hat, Kenny. We appreciate your support here at Bettin. We're both headed with different parties, but we're both headed to Hot Springs. You're headed down tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon.
And I'm headed down Friday afternoon, so I'll see you down there. You been before?
I've never been.
It's Arkansas Derby week. Yeah. So you got to dress up, got to look sharp.
I got the skins loaded, baby. They're already hissing. Already hissing in the bag. Snake skins.
Little snake skins will make an appearance. It's a great environment. It's fun. It's great food. The horse races are fun. A lot of all walks of life around there. You'll enjoy it. It's good. I'm glad we made time for the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
we don't do this on a Wednesday, but with the Sweet 16 game started tomorrow, we decided that we would like to do kind of a special episode or early episode and preview all 8 games that Thursday and Friday. Before we get into that, even though it's Wednesday, there's been a lot in the sports news.
Yeah.
Your boy, JSN, Seahawks wide receiver.
Seen that.
Got paid.
Did.
4 years, $169 million. I think 120 of it was guaranteed.
That's
42
big.
mil per season. You think that had anything to do with Kenneth Walker? Not
I would say so. That's a great signing for them, especially since KW3rd, they did let him walk out the door, which I can't believe they did. But
do you think that's too much to be tied into one wide receiver?
No,
in the salary
not
cap
him.
era?
No, not him. He's great. I also seen where Miami dealt Jalen Waddle to Denver. What a great pickup for them.
Denver needed few more outside weapons there.
That was a great signing for them. Yeah, I thought that was a great one.
Your boy Scotty Scheffler withdrew from the Houston Open starting tomorrow. Got a baby on the way.
Probably a diaper party or something.
Yeah, a diaper party.
That's good for that.
Him and Kyle. So we'll see.
How about me hitting PGA on the head the last 2 weeks?
I hit NASCAR 2 weeks in a row. I hit Denny on the week before.
Told you guys know what we're talking about.
Picked the NASCAR winner 2 weeks in a row. Those paid well, both of those.
Yes.
I was jacked up. That made up for all my bad basketball bets. One thing I do want to address, have you watched any of this fraudulent flag football league?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that? You got NFL guys out there just playing with average Joes who make a life out of it.
It's garbage. I can't
What's going to happen if Joe Burrow blows a knee playing flag football against some guy?
I hope he don't get paid. That's what I hope. I don't play flag football.
I was wondering. I don't know. You would think that there's going to be some because you had Jaden Daniels in that. You had Jalen Hurts. You had Stephon Diggs.
Catch OBJ made it. It was pretty sweet.
I didn't know OBJ was even above ground.
That one-handed catch was pretty slick, man. But yeah, other than that, I couldn't watch it. It wasn't very good.
Hubert Davis out at UNC. The
Not
Tar Heels.
surprised.
Yeah, but
Not surprised.
for what Dean Smith retired late 90s, I mean, who's going to be left in the Tar Heel family to take over?
I would suggest.
I mean, you had Matt Doherty, you had Roy Williams, you had Guthridge there right after Dean retired, and then Hubert Davis. I mean, they're stuck.
Brigham Hansborough.
I see he's been playing pros and Joes.
Yeah, I did see that.
That's great.
Hubert
that's
Davis,
a huge
man.
job. I mean,
It is.
Bringing him. I keep hearing Golden's name at Florida. I even heard Nate Oates from Alabama, his name. But if you come in there, if you're Golden or Oates, you're not a part of the Tar Heel family.
Right.
That's going to be awkward.
It will be. Yeah.
It's been a long time since somebody not in the Dean Smith tree.
I was actually talking to Miller about this last night, and like he said, who can get excited to play for Hubert Davis? Yeah. I mean, somehow got to the Final Four, 2022? Somehow done that.
He had a good NBA career.
But, I mean, he never won a natty. Me and Ryan was hating on him pretty good last night. But, like I said, I don't know. Like you said, I think maybe Golden from Florida gets the job. I think maybe they lean towards him. And there was another name I heard.
Golden better be lucky McCullum didn't fold him up.
Yeah.
Like a cheap suit. I didn't think that was going to end well for his little skinny self. NBA expansion. Eyeing two cities. Seattle, who lost the Supersonics. I can get that. And then Las Vegas, huge market. You know, you had the Raiders going there. Then you had the Aces. What's the hockey? Scarlet Knights, Black Knights. Yeah, the Knights.
Yeah, Knights.
Then you got the Oakland A's coming there. So
are they going this season? Are they opening up Vegas, or is it
I think it's next. I think it's next. So Vegas is becoming a Big Four city for sure. So, but I guess my question would be: is there enough talent in the pool to justify two more teams in the NBA?
No.
NBA ratings are at the all-time low.
Yes, and pretty watered down league anyway. I don't know if there's enough talent coming out of college to suffice two more teams. I mean, they're coming. There's two more teams coming.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be in Seattle and Vegas for sure, because they've been talking about going back to Seattle for several years. And, like you said earlier, Vegas is getting all these teams. So it's definitely going to be those two cities. But were they talking about doing an expansion draft, like taking from other teams?
Yeah, I think you can protect so many players on your roster, and then those two teams get to draft from that prior to the NBA draft,
right?
What I understood. And I don't know how where do they filter in on the draft selection next year, or whatever the year they do.
Right, I don't know. I don't know how that works either.
Another last thing before we get to Sweet 16 tomorrow, opening day for the Cardinals.
Big day.
I love the ceremonies. I like seeing all the, Ted Simmons and the Ozzie Smiths and Tony La Russas and the Willie McGee's, Ray Langford's come out. You got the Clydesdales. It's a big moment. Even though when the Cardinals are down, that's a big day.
Yeah, you get to sit there and remember the wins when
I checked this morning before I got to work, I got on. There's still tickets available.
I would believe that.
I was shocked. That's something I've never been to. I've been to World Series games in St. Louis. I've been to playoff games. I've seen a lot of Busch Stadium history, but I've never been to an opening day. So
make it happen.
Hot Springs trip got away. I got too much going on.
I did see where Weatherholt made the roster.
I did.
Is he starting tomorrow?
He's got to.
I would think.
I mean, if you're going to let that guy, if you're going to bring him up and not give him minor league at bats, you've got to just say, "This is my guy. I'm going to live with him. He's going to learn." One way. Of course, that didn't work out very well with Jordan Walker experiment either.
Keep Trotton Gorman out there.
We're still waiting for Jordan Walker to have his breakout. Anyway, NCAA basketball round of 16 starts tomorrow. What's jumped out to you the first weekend or the first 4 days?
Big one is Florida's 59-point rout against Grand Prairie or somebody. Yeah. Beat them by 59, then turned around and got beat by Iowa. That jumped out at me. Duke and Siena. Duke struggled there.
Jerry McNamara got the Syracuse job. Yeah. I'm so glad to see that.
I've seen that, yeah.
He's got to turn the Orange around. They've been down for a while.
Yeah, so how long's Boeheim been gone? 2 years,
It's
3
been a
years.
while, but I didn't even know he was at Siena.
I didn't either.
I saw
Who
that
heard of
game.
Jerry McNamara since the 6 overtime game in the.
I loved him. He was so fun to watch. There wasn't a shot he didn't like.
Yeah.
But I was glad to see him get the Syracuse job. He's going to pour his soul into that. He's been a part of Boeheim's staff and played there and grew up in that area, so he'll do great. My big take on the first 4 days of the NCAA tournament, and I don't know, it could just be a coincidence, but there's really no Cinderella. And has the NIL era where smaller schools, mid-majors can't afford the roster to compete. You had High Point had a little run there for a couple days. I mean, your last remaining highest seed is Texas, number 11, and they're not short on NIL money. They just had kind of a down year. And then you got a number 9 seed, Iowa, who also is not poor in the NIL category.
No.
But you don't have any mid-majors. You don't have any no major Cinderellas. So what's your thoughts on that, or am I just overreacting?
No, you're right. I mean, the Cinderella is probably getting closer to dead than living. I mean, all these big schools, like you said, have the big money. I mean, SLU, they made a little bit of run here in the tournament, but you've seen what happened when they got to Bev, Michigan. I mean, it was awful. I mean, they hung around there in the first half a little bit, but then Michigan pulled away with it, went by 24, 25. So, no, I agree with you there. I think NIL, I think it's killing the Cinderellas too. I really do.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you have that team that you're unsure of, and somebody
when you got a High Point out there balling. I mean, they hung with Arkansas too. I mean,
they were legit. That Martin kid from St. Louis, was it Rob or Rod Martin, the short number 30? He was quick.
Playing well.
He had no problems getting around the place.
But see, and then back to this, the NIL and these small schools, these mid-majors, then they get the tournament and these guys play well, and then they walk out of the locker room after they get beaten. This other school's sitting there with a wheelbarrow full of money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why would you come back to
free agency?
Right. Why you want to go back to SLU when you can come play here?
I saw where there's
or something.
A committee there talking about some changes that need to come to the NCAA. And you need to be able to transfer once. If you transfer more than once, go back to sitting out a year.
Yes.
I think maybe you need to cap it. The max you can spend with your roster is this, and then if those smaller schools can raise that type of money or have that kind of budget, then more power to them.
Right.
Something's going to have to change. Let's dive into tomorrow's games. There's 4 games tomorrow. First, number 11 Texas versus number 2 Purdue seed. The line, Purdue minus 6.5. Over/under is 148.5. I think Purdue's been playing about as well as anybody, starting there in the Big Ten tournament. They played really well. Veteran team. They got 3 seniors who've gone through their entire career at Purdue. You got Braden Smith, their point guard, who I think is an elite playmaker. Got great floor vision, shoots it pretty well. Good decision maker, takes care of the ball, except he did not take care of the ball kind of out of category. He had 8 turnovers there in that round 2 game, which was kind of uncharacteristic for him. But I think Purdue's just too much. I think they got too much offense for Texas, and I think eventually they'll wear them down. I like Purdue to cover 6.5 there. What's your thoughts?
I like the 6.5 there too. Like you said, Purdue's playing as well as anybody right now. They're getting hot. I think Texas is going to run out of steam. I do like the 6.5 it as well. Who Texas beat the other night?
VCU.
VCU, yeah.
Was it VCU?
No. I have to look
I can't
here.
remember now.
But
Sean Miller, though, you can't count Sean Miller out.
They beat Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, that's right. That was the second round.
Yeah, they beat Gonzaga in the second round, yeah. So, and they played well, but I look for a round of steam here, and I think Purdue covers a 6.5 as well.
All right. The white boy game of the week. Iowa versus Nebraska. Intriguing matchup. I think this will be good. It's a Big Ten. It's conference opponents. They've played each other twice. Both teams winning their home matchup. Iowa has great guard play with Bennett Sturts, a Missouri product out of Liberty High School, and came to Iowa with Coach McCullum from Drake. He's averaging 20 points a game. Great shooter, great leader. Can really come up with some big shots when Iowa needs a bucket. And then right beside him in the backcourt, you got another Missouri guy, Cale Combs from Nixa. So maybe Dennis Gates might want to pay attention to his backyard because there's a lot of Missouri guys not playing for Mizzou who are doing well in the tournament. But anyway, I think I like this game. I think both teams are gritty. I think Nebraska might. I've always been a big fan of Coach Fred Hoiberg, the mayor from Iowa State. When he's at the Cyclones, he had a great NBA career. I think 10 years in the NBA.
Who do you play for in the NBA? Everybody?
He played a little bit of everybody.
Dirty man, yeah.
But, man, he could have light it up. And then Nebraska's got another great freshman, that Braden Frager. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but he's been fun. He's made some big shots. And then their big guy, the Berkey. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Guy from Turkey. He's had he's a huge guy, shoots it from the perimeter well. He's been pretty hot first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. But I think this will be a close game. Nebraska is favored by 1.5. The over-under is 132.5. I think I'm going to take Nebraska money line, and I'm going to even add the over.
The over? I like the over. I'm going to go the other way, though. I like Iowa and getting 1.5. They coming off that huge win over Florida, and they can score. Iowa's great. Like I said, what are they averaging here? A point per game. It's I think it's 87 a game. They can score, man. I'm going to go with Iowa in the
that's why
plus 1.5.
I'm not a big fan of that 132.5 on the over-unders.
Yeah, I look for that to get crushed.
We'll see. And it'll probably be 55-50 knowing they. Another big game here. Zach is going to have a lot of skin in this game.
Yes,
you got
he is.
4-seed Arkansas against number 1 seed Arizona. The line is Arizona's favored by 7.5. The over/under is a paltry 166.5, pretty high.
It is.
Arkansas's got a trio of freshmen. You got Acuff, you got Richmond, you got Thomas. They've all been phenomenal. You add in Trayvon Brazile, and Arkansas has been very lethal offensively. They're very potent, average or maybe below average on the defensive end. They're not big on getting stops. They're just going to try to outscore you, but they can get to the bucket. They can shoot it. Yeah, you're going to have to score a lot of points. However, I don't know, maybe other than the Houston Cougars, is Arizona the best defensive team in the NCAA?
Yes. I'd agree with that too. Yes, Arizona's great on the defensive end.
You got Jaden Bradley and Braden Burris will lead a balanced offensive attack. I think they do a great job rebounding. Their help defense. On-ball defense is pretty good. I think they will get just absolutely abuse Arkansas on the boards. I know Zach is not going to like this, but I'm going to take Arizona to cover, and I'm not going to touch that over/under. Who knows? Maybe Zach will get his trip to Peru. After all, he said he was going to take a sabbatical if Arkansas lost. So. Maybe going to Machu Picchu would be right up.
No, I'm going the other way. I'm going to take Arkansas on the points plus 7.5. Like you said, that trio of freshmen, they can score, man. Acuff's probably the best player in the country.
I would agree.
I'm thinking he's going to keep him in there.
I think they can control him a little bit, though. Keep him from going on, what do you have, 34?
Yes.
Sunday or Sunday afternoon or whatever night it was. Yeah, Sunday. He had 34 points. I think they can keep him from going crazy. Make him earn and take a lot of shots to get 22, 24 points. But I think Arizona.
That supporting cast going to have to do a little scoring too for Arkansas. But yeah, give me Arkansas on the 7.5. I like it.
All right, we'll see. Last game on Thursday is another one I'm pretty excited about. I think it's going to be of a grinder. Number 3 seed Illinois against 2 seed Houston. Houston Elite D favored by 3.5. Over/under 140.5. That's got to be one of the higher Houston over/unders.
They're usually pretty low.
140.
Yeah,
they've been down in the even below. They've even been in the 120s as the years gone on. Illinois is led by another freshman. We keep talking freshmen. Keaton Wagler, who's from Kansas City, Kansas. Great front court. Illinois has got tons of length, tons of height. I think they will dominate the boards on both ends. But Houston. I think their ability to contest shots, disrupt your offense, keep you from getting any type of flow. You're not going to get a good look. Every shot you take is going to be a forced look, or you're going to have a hand in your face. I think I think Houston's guards as well too, or play well as well. Fleming and Sharp, I think, along with Uzan, I think they're elite on both ends of the court, and I think Houston gets the job done. I'll go with Houston money line, and I'm going to take the over. I'm going Say a little
I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Little low 70s.
Yeah.
Close game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with you on this one, too. I think I do like Houston money line. Like I said, they're great on the defensive end. I think they'll shut Illinois down. But like you said, it may be a low-scoring game, or they may end up blowing it up and having 90 apiece. Because Illinois, they can score, too, when they want. Sometimes they can go nuts, too. But yeah, I think I'm going to ride with you on that money line and the under at 140.5.
We're going to take a little break here for some ads, and we'll be right back.
I'm Kenny Johnson with ProEdge Properties, a local real estate investment company specializing in commercial and residential rentals. We buy properties in all conditions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Call us today if you're looking to sell or find a clean, affordable place to rent. 573-718-7810.
Talk with Keith Parker, your local insurance agent at Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business coverage, he's here to help you achieve your goals. Trust Keith Parker and the long-standing reputation of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance for all your protection needs.
Welcome back to Bad Beats. I'm Rob Brown alongside Colton Vansel. We got through Thursday's games. Let's take a look at Friday's. I'm going to cue this up for you like a big fat fastball for a homer. I'm not even going to comment on this game. I'd say your whole year has been evolved around this matchup. 5 seed St. John's against 1 seed Duke. You have rode both of these teams every Saturday. The entire season. I know. I've watched this game with you. I've seen you bet. You have bet on every St. John's game and every Duke game all season long.
They've been well to me.
Duke is favored, by 6.5. The over-under at 141.5. How are you going to tackle this game?
I'm going to take the Johnnies plus 6.5. I'm going that way. I think Patino's going to have them boys ready to play.
They did not shoot the ball well.
They did not.
Second round game against Kansas.
They did
not.
not.
An ugly grind.
It was, what was that kid's name? Darling hit
the winner.
Hit the winner. Only bucket he had all game.
Yeah, that was a great story Patino was telling about. He didn't have any points that week.
Hadn't had a bucket all game, and they're getting ready to draw up that last play for timeout, and tells him, tell him to run a turbo, I think was the name of it.
Something, I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
And Patino turned around, turned back around and looked at it. He's like, really?
You scored all night.
Yes, if I want the ball.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to go with the Johnnies. I'm going to take them the points. I think Patino will out-coach John Shire. The Red Storm are a little bit older team. They got more juniors and seniors on their team. I don't know if the freshman Cameron Boozer can hold it in there with them. I think Zuby's going to have a big game, so I'm looking for the St. Johnnies there too.
Zuby's played well.
Yes, and I may hit the money line on that too. I'm not sure, but I am hitting the 6.5 on there for St. John's. I will
probably avoid that game, but if I do touch, it'll probably it might just be Duke money line at a low value. Next game on Friday, you got 4 seed Alabama versus one of the number 1 seed Michigan Wolverines. Alabama, kind of like Arkansas, high octane offense, average 91 points per game. Michigan, no slouch in the offensive end, averaging 87 points per game. This one might blow the scoreboard up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they may run out of numbers.
I think at the end of the day, I think Michigan plays a little more defense, gets a few more stops than Alabama. Alabama's still, got a guard out there with some trouble with the law.
Yeah, the federal law.
Yeah, so they're losing the key cog there in their lineup. I do think that the way Alabama has shot it though, I think they can keep it close. I'm going to take Alabama plus 9.5 points and probably the under. The under is set at 175. That's a lot of points.
It's a ton of points. I do like that under at 175.5. I look for Bama to cool off. Michigan is great on both ends of the floor. I don't know if you watched them any Saturday, but then
I think I did.
They kind of played down with St. Louis there in the first half. Kind of played with them. Then the second half, you just see they just kept pulling away. Yeah, just absolute dominated them.
Stop after stop.
I'm gonna hit the Michigan in the minus 9.5. I do like that under though. I am going to take the Michigan 9.5 though.
Okay. Third game on Friday, Michigan State, Tom Izzo against UConn, Dan Hurley. I'm just going to throw a bias alert out here right now. Never, ever, while I'm upright and breathing, will I ever root for or bet on Dan Hurley or UConn. And another golden rule I have is that I don't bet on
The Michigan State Spartans.
Michigan State Spartans. I'm probably 0 for 100 in Michigan State games in my lifetime. So I will avoid this bet like the plague. However, great matchup. I mean, two teams kind of very similar in their approach to the game. Very fundamental, inside out, defend, rebound, physical. Should be a great game. The line, UConn is favored by 1.5 with the over-under set at 136.5. I think if I was going to touch the game, I would take the over 136.5. Braylon Mullins has provided some great balance on the perimeter for UConn. You got Terrace Reed Jr. inside. He's just been a beast the first 2 games of the NCAA tournament. But on the Michigan State side, you got Fears, point guard, and Carr. They've both been consistent, scoring consistently. Carr's kind of an emotional leader, always makes some big plays, a high-energy guy. So I kind of like Michigan State stealing this on the money line.
I do too. I do too. I think maybe Hurley's going to run out of gas here. You know, he kind of get a little big for his britches. He's kind of starting to be a jerk to everybody that I've noticed. And
he won back-to-back national championship 2 out of the last 3 years. That's tough to stay on top.
It's tough for Izzo to get back in.
It's tough to get to the top, but once you get to the top, it's even harder to stay there. So
everybody's wanting to knock you off. But it's time for Izzo to get back to that Final Four. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I look for him to get there this year.
Mateen Cleaves ain't walking through that door anytime soon. So Coach Izzo's looking forward to getting back to the big show here. Last game on Friday. Kind of like your St. John's and Dukies, I've been riding Iowa State Cyclones all year. They've been real good to me. You got 6-seed Tennessee versus 2-seed Iowa State. Iowa State favored by 4.5. The over/under set at 130.5. I like big question for this game is Iowa State's without Joshua Johnson, their leading scorer, averaging 17 points per game. He turned his ankle there earlier in the first round. Didn't bother them against Kentucky though. What did they beat them by? 29, something like that, just tore them down. So I think in a Sweet 16 game, his absence would be huge. So, however, Jacoby Gillespie for Tennessee, he's been solid. He's shot it well. Tennessee as a team has shot it well.
Yes.
They shot 50% in the first round, 47% in the second round. So I think it'll be a little kind of uncharacteristic. They didn't shoot it that well all during the SEC conference play. So I think maybe they might just be peaking at the right time or had some good matchups. Either way, I'm not going to give up on my Cyclones. I'm going to ride that Iowa State money line out.
I'm going to go the other way here. As you said, Tennessee's been shooting it well, and it's uncharacteristic, but I'm going to go the other way and take them with the plus 4.5 there. I'm going to take the Volunteers in that one.
All right, so that's our Sweet 16 show. Want to say shout out to Tim. This is his last show with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Here at River Radio. You're going on to bigger and better things. We wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for getting two idiots started in the podcasting business. And till our paths cross again, we wish you and your family nothing but the best.
Yes, sir, my friend. And that's going to wrap things up for us today. Another shout out to our sponsors, Missouri Farm Bureau and Pro Edge Properties. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Wishing everyone a great weekend. Enjoy some sports. I'm Colton Vansel. He's Rob Brown. And this is Bad Beats Podcast.